some compositions in writing. So today the topic is letter writing, and I'm going to let you know the rules and regulations of letter writing. Right? So we all write letters. Yeah, right now the technology is so high that we use emails and stuff, we don't write. But letter writing is a very important concept which you have to learn. So chapter 14 of your grammar book, letter writing. So a letter is a written message. So you write, it's a written message which is sent to someone. So you write a letter to somebody. That can be your friend, that can be your grandmother, grandfather, father if you are staying away, your mom, your sister, your brother. It can be anybody, right? So you're sending a letter, usually in an envelope. We use an envelope and we put the letter, fold it, put the letter inside the envelope, and then we post it, right? Letters which are written to send to relatives and intimate friends are called social letters. So relatives and friends, if we send a letter to a relative or a friend, it is a social letter, which can also be called an informal letter. Right? If you are writing to your friend, your relatives, means your grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt. Okay? So it can also be called an informal letter. And if you are sending a letter to somebody who's not your relative or your friend, something official, to an office, or to suppose to the principal of your school, so that is a formal letter, right? Okay, so let's start off. I'm going to tell you the rules for the letter writing. If you can see in page 50, the first example which has been given to you is, I'll just read out. You see what is the topic of the letter. You are Manoj. So this topic has been given to you. You have to write a letter on this topic. You are Manoj, a student of class 4A. You are a student of boarding school. Write a letter to your father asking his permission to go to a school trip arranged by a school. Okay? So, the first rule of a letter writing is you first read the topic properly, understand the topic, the concept, what you have to write. And then think of certain points in your mind, what you're going to write in the letter. Right? But there are certain rules you have to follow. A format is there for the letter. So, what you have to do is, first you write the name of the address, okay, where you're sending. See, first the address. Milton Boarding School, Agra. So, you have to write your address, not where you are sending, your address first. Then you write the date, which day you are writing the letter. Then you address your letter to the person you're addressing to, like, respected father, I am living here very comfortably. I am studying my books with complete attention to stand first in the examination. The Cultural Society of the school has organized a trip to Jaipur at the end of this month. The expenditure for the trip will be about 2,000 per head. Please give me permission to join the trip and send me the required amount for the same. Right? So this is the letter which he has written to his father. So you have to read the topic, understand what you have to write, and follow the content. Okay? What is the topic? Right. So I have read this example for you. Next I am going to read. Please turn the page to page number 52. Next I am going to read a formal letter where you have to Number 5. Application to the principal asking for leave to go out of station. Right? So, see, first the address has been given, Lucknow address, then the date. Okay? So, when you are writing an official letter, see here 20 Kendriya Vidyalaya Marg, Lucknow. So, this is your address, then the letter, the date, then you address it to the principal, then the name of the school, okay? Then you write, Dear Ma'am or Sir, whatever. I regret to inform you that my grandmother has suffered a heart attack and has been hospitalized in Delhi. She may have to undergo an open heart surgery in a day or two. As I will be accompanying my parents to Delhi, kindly grant me leave for 6 days. WEF is with effect from August 10, 20 and thereon. So, yours faithfully, Sheetal. Okay? So, this is the letter which has been written. Right. So, when you are writing a letter, an informal letter, see, it is very important to write. So, let's check out page number 51, number 4. Letter to father thanking for the birthday gift. Now see, Delhi Public School, Allahabad. The date, my dear father, I have just received the lovely camera that you have sent to me on my birthday. It is so beautiful. How did you know that I always wanted to have a camera of mine? I'm really thrilled to get one. It is the best birthday present that I have received so far. I have clicked many wonderful snaps. I shall send you some. I must thank you sincerely for the lovely birthday present. Convey my thanks and regards to Mummy also. I hope she is in good health and enjoying her visit abroad. Yours loving son, Rajan. Okay? So first, what do you write, children? When you are writing, the format is first the address, your own address. Right? Then you write the date. Okay? Then you write, what do you write? Whom you are addressing to. Like if it is your friend, you write, Dear Raj. Or if it is your father, you write, Respected father or respected uncle, if it's your uncle. Right? Then you start off the letter from here, right below. Okay? This is the format. So then you write the, whatever topic has been given to you, you write that. And last, you address your loving son or your loving friend. Okay, so then write the letter, then you write the letter and you write yours loving friend. And then you write your name. So this is the format of a letter writing. Okay? I'm sure you have understood. Please write one letter for you so that it's easier for you. So today we are just, I'm just explaining it to you. What is the concept? letter writing. So first I have told you chapter 14, letter writing. This is the format, right? Now we will move on to chapter 15. Chapter 15, we are going to do story writing. Right? Take out page number 53. Right. So what is the concept of a story writing? Very simple. We all love to listen to stories, right children? Yeah. And we all love to read stories. So now it's time to write stories. It is like a composition. It's very simple. You use simple language. You use your imagination, your thought, your creativity to write a story. Right. So, story writing is very useful and popular form of composition. A story is bigger than a paragraph. Children, if you remember, before I have already done a video on paragraph writing. So, you know how to write one paragraph. So, many paragraphs together becomes a story, right? So, it is bigger than a paragraph writing. Story writing requires a lot of practice. To write a good story, you must have the complete plot clear in your mind. You must arrange all the main points of a story in their proper order. A story is always written or told in the past. So, the tense form is past tense. It is which has already happened. You write a story in the past, not what is happening now. Because what has happened you are writing later. So it's a story. Then it becomes a story. Therefore, you should use only the past tense in writing a story. Okay? So, see the first one. The Thirsty Crow story. The points have been given to you. So you will be getting the points like this and you have to elaborate the points. See what are the points? Let's read. A thirsty crow. So what is the topic of the story? Crow who is thirsty. Searches for water. Next point. Sees a pitcher. Water low at the bottom. Drops a few pebbles into the pitcher. The water rises up, quenches its thirst, flies away. So these are the points you have to elaborate. Now let's see how it has been elaborated. I'll just read it to you so that it's going to be easier for you to understand how exactly you have to write a story. Once there was a thirsty crow. It was searching here and there for water. After wandering around for long, it saw a pitcher. It peeped into the pitcher and found that water in the pitcher was low at the bottom. It was not able to reach its beak to the bottom. It thought deeply for a while. Suddenly, a brilliant idea struck its mind. It started to drop pebbles into the pitcher to raise the water level. After some time, the water rose up, it quenched its thirst and flew away in the sky. Right? So, see how nicely it has been elaborated, short yet elaborated. Okay? So, it's a short story. Now next, let's check out number 2. A hunter aiming an arrow at a dove about to kill, steps on a snake, bitten, dies. Moral. A hunter saw a dove sitting among the branches of a tree. He wanted to kill the dove, so he raised his bow and aimed at the bird. He wanted to take a bit better aim, so he stepped back a little, knowing he stepped on a snake. The snake bit him in the leg. Soon the poison spread in the whole body and he died. The dove was saved. It was true that if a person plans mischief to others, he himself falls as a victim in it. So, this is how it has been elaborated. Right? So, let's read out the next one. A man hired an ass and its owner to carry goods. Very hot day. They stopped on the way. The man sat down in the shadow of the ass. Owner demanded extra money. Quarrel. The ass ran away. So these are the points. Now you have to elaborate it. So how do we elaborate? Let's see what has been done. A man hired an ass and its owner to carry some goods. His way lay across a desert. It was a hot summer day and going forward was very difficult. So they decided to stop for a while. Since there was no tree nearby, the man sat down in the shadow of the ass. At this, the owner of the ass became angry. He said, "Friend, you hired only the ass and not its shadow. If you want the shadow also, you must pay for it." "But the shadow goes with the ass," replied the man. "So, I can use both of them." But the owner of the ass did not agree. They started quarreling with each other. While they were quarreling, the ass just ran away. So, that was what happened. So it has been elaborated like this. Now, children, number 4. Let's read number 4. Just look at the points and how it has been elaborated. Lion resting in a jungle. A mouse rolls over the lion. The lion catches it. The mouse asks to be pardoned. The lion excuses it. The lion caught in a trap roars for help. The mouse cuts the net. The lion rescued. Now the reward of kindness. It is a hot summer day. A lion was resting in the shade of a tree. A little mouse lived in a hole nearby. As the mouse came out of its hole, unfortunately it rolled over the body of the lion. The lion was very angry. It caught the mouse in its paw and it was going to kill it. The mouse said, "I'm sorry for disturbing you, but I never wanted to do so. Please pardon me. I'm a small creature, but even I may be of help to you at some time in the future." The lion laughed at the words of the mouse, but let it go. After a few days, the lion was caught in a trap. It tried very hard, but could not get free. So it roared for help. The mouse heard the roar of the lion. It came rushing to the place. It nibbled the strings of the net. In a short while, the lion got free. It thanked the mouse. So, how nicely it has been written. So, children, you can try. These are the exercises given in page number 55. You can try the first one if you want to. And elaborate it. Try and elaborate it. Okay. So, this was the concept of a story writing. This is how you elaborate it and you put your own input and you write it in a creative way, imaginative way. That is what is very important in a story writing. Okay? Right. Now, I'm going to explain to you the concept of Chapter 16. It will be creative writing. Right? So it will be creative writing. Please take out page number 56. So children, creative writing is what? A topic will be given to you and you have to write a few points on that topic, right? So it is generally a little bigger than a paragraph writing. A few paragraphs together becomes a creative writing, okay? And firstly, you have to read the topic properly and think about it. And in rough, you should jot down the points which you think you can write on that topic. And then you elaborate it. When you write a creative writing, first important thing is you have to write the introduction. This is the first part. That is the introduction, okay? Then you write the body. Okay? And then body means the major content when you are elaborating the topic. Okay? Then the conclusion. Then you write the conclusion. Right? So, when you are writing, let's see how we have to write a creative writing. First one, page number 56. Let's see what is the topic. How I help my mother at home. So, she helps her mother at home. So, how she helps? She's going to write a few paragraphs on that. So, my mother is a very busy person. She spends a lot of time in the kitchen, preparing something or the other for us. She looks after the entire housework. She also attends the garden in the front lawn of the house. She cooks even for our friends, relatives and guests who visit our house. She helps us in studies and meets all our needs. So this was the introduction about her mother. I felt, now the body, which is the topic, I felt that I must help my mother in the housework. Whenever we have guests, I help her in her entire housework. I make it a point to be with her in the kitchen and give her a helping hand. I help her in serving the guests. Later, when the guests are gone, I help her to put things back in order. So, this is how she helps her mother. I also see that my younger brother does not scatter things all over the floor. When we come back home after the school, my brother and I fold our clothes and hang them in their respective places. I keep my books and shoes in the rack. Sometimes my mother sends me on errands to house in the neighborhood. I do all that for her joyfully. Whenever my mother is free from her work, she sits with me and my younger brother, plays games, sings songs and teaches us too. I want to be helpful to her in every way. So this is the conclusion. So I like doing whatever she wants me to do. See how nicely it is written? So first you have to think what to write and then you can write it. Like how I celebrated my birthday. So first, when you are writing on this topic, how I celebrated my birthday. So if the birthday is a topic, first you have to write when is your birthday. Date, month, how old you are, means your age. So these are the points you have to jot down before you start off writing. So that there's a framework in your mind and then you start writing all the points down so that you don't miss out on any point. Right? So how old you are, what is your age? And then what's going to happen that day? How will you celebrate? So what was the decoration like? How many gifts you got? Right. So these are the points which is very important. And then who came for your birthday party? Who all attended? Like from your family, who have organized, right? And then what all you was there, like you can write about the cake which your father got for you, okay? And you blew the candles, so candles can be written, okay? So these are the points which you need to keep in mind while writing the creative writing. Okay, now let's read this, what has been written here. How I celebrated my birthday. My birthday falls on 18th August. On my last birthday, I invited my friends to a party. That day my mother and father got busy making all the arrangements. Mother was busy decorating the house. She decorated the drawing room with colorful flowers and balloons. At 6 o'clock, my mother gave me a beautiful pink colored frock with pretty pink roses and laces on it to wear. She tied my hair with a pink colored ribbon and gave me a pink handkerchief. I wore pink colored socks and black shoes. Soon, my friends started coming. They all were very smartly dressed. My father placed a big chocolate cake in the center. When everybody arrived, I cut the cake with a big knife. The cake was served to everybody with eatables. Right? So, this was the creative writing, composition. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is, see, I have given you all the points. Yes. And now I want you to write in your notebook a creative writing. Right? So, for today, the homework is that you will write a creative writing on how I celebrated my last birthday. So, this is going to, so you have to remember the introduction, body and the conclusion. And write, see, these are the topics, the points which I have already written down. Okay? So, you use these points to elaborate. And I want you to write a creative writing in your notebook. So, what is the topic? Homework. How I celebrated my birthday. This means your last birthday, which you celebrated. Okay? So, I want you to first write down the topic on top. First write, chapter 16, creative writing. Then you write this topic on top, how I celebrated my birthday. Then you start off with the topic. Okay? So, at least I want 2 big paragraphs. I don't want a short 1 paragraph. That becomes a paragraph writing. So, minimum 3 paragraphs, because first one will be the introduction, next will be body, then third one will be the conclusion, right? So, 3 paragraphs, right? Okay, children. So, today I have just given you the homework for creative writing. We have done letter writing concept, we have done story writing concept, we have done creative writing concept. The 3 concepts I have already explained to you. Okay, please go through the concepts if you have any issues. I'm sure you have understood. It's very simple. I did it together so that you can compare what is the difference between a letter writing, story writing and a creative writing. Okay? So, you are going to write this in your notebook. And for letter writing and story writing, I'm going to do the written part in my next video. Okay, so I end my lecture here. You have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.